Hello, and welcome back to Minotaur Hotel. I guess we're done stargazing for the evening. You know how it is. Four shadows bathed in red light, huddled around a table overlooked by the starry sky. A dry, thick piece of parchment, a handwritten scrawl, clauses? Clauses and terms muttered between bouts of coughing, ideas growing like spider webs until touching and being woven together. The Minotaur draws a script, a script you are unfamiliar with, as something more ancient than the very alphabet. Its slurs fade in and out, then rebuilds itself into words and sentences. Each paragraph bound and latched onto each other, each clause cut open, studied, and put back together a dozen times, until it becomes a frightful web of cause and consequences. Should Asterion ever go to the valley as a result of force or coercion, you'll meet a grisly fate. A sweat drips from the Minotaur's forehead. He wipes it with a shaking hand, looks over to you, and then averts his gaze. The first draft is done. It left a sleep of age. Left to sleep and age? Yes. As long as you look up to the stars and share a moment of silence. Kota rubs his temples as he strains to catch sentences midair, amidst the red light. Luke looks up to the stars. His concentration is gone. The kobolds are folding a few pieces of paper. You and Asterion stand a foot away from each other. You look away. The moment lingers before gazing into each other's eyes. Then the moon, the stars, and finally the Minotaur's hand. Return to the contract. Read it aloud. Weigh every word against each other, each part's burden and boon. Then start anew, a fresh parchment to paint the picture again, this time with a comma. A comma here and a period there. Gotta fix that problem-solving card text, right? Such a human thing, a prize precision in every sentence. Gods, back in their time, could not care about the pain and sorrow of mortal men. Whatever promises the Olympians made were vague and careless. But humans have so much to lose and little to gain. Even this undying Minotaur man, in all but shape. But you, good master, what brought you to this ugly land, to this empty and abandoned hotel? There is a dark, inauspicious path you could have wended. And ones of great glory, too. This is where you are, however. We, sitting at the sidelines, can only hope it was this moment you sought. Ah, would it be excessive of us to assume you came here to undo this hybrid's shackles? What an odd master you are. Hundreds came before, but none were so foolish as to do what you are about to do. Humanity is peculiar indeed. Forgive us for we wander, but the question gnaws. Did mankind change with the times, or are you perhaps a rare, fine specimen? Ah, the Minotaur stirs. It's time, oh good lord. The contract is ready, Mr. Josh. Oh? Okay. Kota steps forward and reads the contract aloud. By the will of the Labyrinth's master, this binding contract is established, so it may enforce its contents upon the world and its people. Hereby the master commands into existence two linked objects, a lead ring to fit around a man's bicep, and a laurel? Yes, a wreath as wide as the prisoner's arm. These two objects shall be linked in cause and effect, as well as will their wearers. Whoever dons the lead ring will find it impossible to be removed, except through the revoking of this contract. Whoever first dons the wreath shall become its permanent and unchangeable owner. If the owner of the wreath is ever made to go to the Labyrinth's Valley, either by coercion, command, or forcing, then the lead ring shall constrict and close as to amputate its bearer's arm. By the Master's will, this contract may only be revoked if all its parties, bearer of the lead ring, owner of the wreath, and the two eyewitnesses present during its signing, consent to it. Such is the Master's will.
Master, is this truly what you want?
Yes, I told you earlier today, and I meant it, Asterion. Did you expect me to go back on my word now that we are putting consequences on the table?
Yes, I did. I could not imagine a master accepting conditions so absurd.
I suppose you're wrong then, but there's no reason to feel bad. Sometimes that's a good thing. You take the pen and sign the contract. The contract shudders in your hand. Its paper turned thicker, almost leathery in texture. You assign the Oath of the Binding Rings. You can reread the terms in your file menu. Imagine me reading that. The two rings materialize on the table. Asterion takes the lead one, and you take the wreath, and then you turn to each other. Oh my god. Okay, that's fine. Don't worry about that. Asterion, I promise not to send you to the valley under any circumstances, and I swear I'll protect you from any whom would attempt it. I swear by my arm, knowing well that the consequences would breaking my word, but I do it with my mind at peace. There's no reason why I would ever transgress this rule. I promise to be the good master you and this hotel deserve.
Master, Mr. Josh, your kindness and piety are unmatched. This contract also asks nothing of me. Regardless, I will offer my binding word in your favor. I promise to protect you, as is my duty, and to keep away from this land, as any who would threaten you by means of our oath. I swear that I'll do everything possible, within or without my reach, so that you will never regret your mercy.
Well then, now. Excuse me, Kota. There is something I would like to add. Indeed, Asterion, the contract asks nothing of you, which is why I will require one thing now. I do not care to register this in paperwork, or if it can be made into a contract in the first place. Still, I want you to fulfill this simple request.
What is it, my lord?
Effective now, you will accept your place as my business partner, and from now on, you will call me by my name.
Yes, Mr. Josh, I will. I accept your request. If there are no more objections, then, Asterion, Mr. Josh.
You extend your left arm, and the Minotaur gingerly slides the ring until it fits around your bicep. You do not, however, it does not, however, constrict or bother. It feels like it's barely grazing your skin, even if it's firm and unmoving. The Minotaur extends his arm, and you do the same. Slide the wreath with its leaves caressing Asterion's fur until it fits around his bicep. Okay. And it's done, good master. Your little ceremony, this peculiar rite, it binds you to ease the prisoner's load.
What an odd pair. These rings befit you. And what a gallant ceremony.
And now, you may kiss the bride.
And now, you open your mouth to spoil the moment, you uncouth peasant.
I love these two. They're great. Always. Something tugs at your pants.
What?
Oh, okay. Okay. The little guy glares at you, a good a foot of distance away, then shoots out with his arm to offer you something. It's a little paper rose. Oh, that's cute. You only have the time to grasp it, before he runs off to hide behind a rock.
Aw, Mr. Josh, he wanted to give you a gift.
Huh, I guess you're right. They can be cute.
Of course, I am right. Why did you ever doubt me?
The two go on to bicker, as is their wont. Okay. Oh shit, there's a building over there. What? What? Okay. Is that the hotel? I assume that's the hotel. What else could this be? I'm scared. Luke was covering that the whole time. Or at least from what I remembered. So I'm now... You watch with Asterion by your side. The both of you bathed in the red lamplight from below the moonlight's white from above. Moonlight, yeah. Behind stands the hotel, tall and kingly? Kingly, okay. Wall between you and the horrible valley. Asterion's arm is warm against yours. This time there is no frightening recoil or tense shuddering. The wind rushes past and around you, and this time the both of you lean together. Who is it that began it? You cannot tell.
Mr. Josh, wouldn't you say this calls for a drink?
Yes, but Luke only brought this watered-down beer. We can share a bottle of wine back at the hotel.
I would enjoy that. It would make for a memorable night, and memorable end to this night.
It's such a tiny ember, but its heart beats red nevertheless. The two of you return home, bumping shoulders as you go. That night the Minotaur is welcomed into restful slumber, and the following day, for the first time since the Second World War, he allows himself a day of uneventful peace. Okay. The courthouse. Okay. Sorry, I was checking something. The Minotaur and Charon, ferrymen of the dead, sail down and across the river Styx. The journey was brief, but not unpleasant. Left and right, the newly dead looked to spires of raw rock jutting from the ground in shapes both familiar. Temples, homes, palaces, and incomprehensible edifices that defied geometry and logic, whatever. The world of the dead lacked sunlight, but so did its objects lacked a shadow. Everything shone with a humble light coming from within. Oh, that looks really loud on the levels. Here we go. Let's change that a little bit. Yeah. Even the Styx water glimmered. So clear were they that the Cretan prince could gaze into the depths. to the restful sandbank peppered with gemstones and silver. Asterion hummed along with the ferryman's rose, and when a drop of boredom fell on his mind, he took to singing. First ever song he has ever taught. Then new ones that meandered along with the boat. He sang until the knot of his throat was undone, and then they arrived. Ahead of the empire of rock, gemstones, and metal, which rose from the ground in the shape of a temple, but with the grandeur of a palace, smaller than the palace of Knossos. Thought the Minotaur, ignoring that this memory of the of the place came from the eyes of a child. Left and right were tall stone walls, which had been carved down into bars. He could see the realm of Hades beyond, fields of crocus and grapes, pastures where tall horned goats and cows grazed. Guards of Hades approached with spears, standing tall as if expecting a struggle, as the newly dead were not known for their compliance. But upon seeing this visage, they stopped where they stood. The hybrid prince bowed and spoke with a voice so clear, so song-like, they felt as if... What? Okay. As if an old friend and lord were addressing them. He asked for directions to his destiny, and they complied, pointing him to the place where the dead were judged. They guided him for the first half, passing by the crowds of ailing souls that were yet to accept their own passing, before it became clear this subject required no oversight. For the second half of the journey, though, they followed him instead and talked. They asked of Crete, cradle of civilization, and Asterion boasted about their fields of crocus and how they swayed in the wind. The prince asked about life in Hades. What trials does the Lord of Good Counsel see fit to impose on this subject? Their response came in booming, fearless voices. If you are deemed a hero, as your visage would imply, then the fields of Elysium await you. Where you'll find an existence lacking in tragedy. As for us, men of little glory, the asphodel meadows are where we make our home. Here, we exist as if still alive, toiling but not suffering, enjoying neither privilege nor curse.
My friend, your words are kind, and you need not flatter my visage. It is as far from heroic as one can be, and I have lived without merit worthy of praise.
Is that so? But make no mistake, I speak with no flattery. You bear a likeness, most familiar to us, guards of Hades, albeit inverted. If your tongue is honest, and you bear no glory worthy of praise, then I pray you consider my advice. One such as you would be a welcome addition to our ranks. Questions swam in the prince's mind. So many, yet only one would be picked at a time. As much as he wished to know for his future, the past still had an allure he could not resist.
Friend, please speak without fear. What could you mean by your my appearance being familiar? Could it be you have seen here folks like me, cursed with the likeness of a bull.
No, not like you. But among the elite of Hades, you'll find bull-eyed men from the Cretan lineage. Their voices meander, just as yours. Their greatness is well known and unmatched. That is why I cannot believe you are a humble, mediocre soul. Greatness flows in your blood just as much as it falls off your horns. They came upon a hall as tall as the palace of Knossos. At this point, I just think I'm saying everything wrong on purpose, and I just don't know anymore. I don't trust myself. A polished stone from top to bottom, with gemstones encrusted where they were birthed. At the end of the hall stood 3 podiums, each with a judge, bull-eyed men with that tan skin and garments so familiar to the Cretan prince. This is stepped wide shoulders. Okay. Ow. Jeez. You know when you leave like a cough drop or hard candy in your mouth in one spot for a long time and it gets concave and sharp because only one part of it is melting? Yeah. That kind of jabbed into my gums. That was not very pleasant. The Minotaur met his fate head first. The hinterlands. Oh, I think I was told about this and that I should really sit on it, I guess. not do 1 or 2 videos a night, but record it all in one sitting. So I guess I should stop for this. I'll see you around, everyone.